sometimes I don't listen to that, obviously. Is that better, Tammy, if I do that over here? Is that better?
Well, I don't know why you're doing that.
Is that okay? Okay. Are we live?
Yes. Probably witnessed that.
Did they? Oh. As long as there's nothing sticking straight up in my hair.
Well, just...
Oh, well.
No,
it was just damp still.
Well, I think we're the only ones on so far.
Well, that's probably
it's a quiet morning.
Oh, there's Carla. Good morning. We're not alone. And Karen.
And Karen. Right.
Oh, there they are. Had us worried for a minute that we were on our own.
All alone.
But they were probably just getting their coffee ready and sitting down and all those things.
Well, I was looking at the weather forecast. We've got some decent weather. Like, it's kind of felt like a spring day out there this morning, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Kind of felt like end of March. Just that little hint of spring. But I was looking at the forecast, and I think it's going to be cloudy tomorrow too. But then I think we've got about 5 days in the forecast coming at us with sun in it.
Oh,
woohoo!
Well, we'll see.
But no, I'm just saying, won't that be great?
Yeah, it's just we've been having
5
no
sunny
sunshine.
days in a row. I am so ready for that. Oh, somebody from Oshawa. We're so honored because sometimes you guys are on Saskatchewan, but you guys are. I know that you live out there, Doreen.
Island of St. Martin, was that what I saw? There's been Manitoba, Dominican.
Yeah, I'm always amazed that you guys can be on vacation and still tune us in. Wow. That is not such an honor.
There's somebody else, I forget where. There's some Alberta I saw.
And it's just, you guys just go zipping by and it's like, oh yeah, because I think Teresa was in the Dominican. Oh, Marilyn, what did she have? Marilyn Massey, because last week you said that you were waiting for this baby to be born.
Ooh.
And this would be her first. Your oldest daughter. Jess. Yeah, would be Jess's first. So I'm interested to hear if she had a baby girl or a baby boy.
I'm in Tillsonburg too, Shirley.
Well, hello, Shirley.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you guys.
Baby
a baby girl.
Baby
Wonderful. Congratulations.
That's fun.
It is. Oh, a new baby to the family. And Elaine was in yesterday. Yeah. Oh, look at you guys.
All right, so...
Happy morning.
And it is the last day of January, and it is the last day of our sale.
Yeah, so, kind of the January blues. Well, goodbye.
Yeah.
January
What will
blues.
February be then? Fantastic February?
Fantastic February. And it's a leap year. So I think we get one extra day. But...
A fantastic February.
Yeah.
So, and from Michigan, too. All right, so because it is the last day of January, it's the last day of our Lori Holt 25% off and clearance 25% off. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, today'd be a good day. The roads look like they're good for driving. I don't think it was foggy around here.
It's nice and dry.
So, yeah.
So that's really good. What else do we want to say? I have a retreat in February 18, 19, and 20. And we do have a room available, so for a double or a single. So if somebody is interested, let me know. I think we have the upcoming... Oh, do you need Kleenex?
No, I just need to stand here and...
Let's see. Bus trip, April 6th. I think we have
5 seats.
5 seats.
As of last night, we had 5 seats.
So our mystery bus trip. Class.
Tomorrow we have our second intro to paper piecing, which is, there might be a spot, but it's probably a little late for that. But the 3-leaf class is Saturday the 24th in February.
So we have
room for that. Yeah.
And we're just looking at adding some others. Also, there's a quilt show coming up for you to mark on your calendars. And it's local because it's in Exeter, and it's called A Labor of Love. And these are quilts and vintage sewing. They're going to have quilt and vintage sewing machines for sale. But it's going to be featuring award-winning quilts from Diane Carson and Anne Boyden. Or maybe Boden. My apologies if I've pronounced that incorrectly. So the 18th, 19th, and 20th of April, 10 to 4. And the Friday night, they're keeping that open till 7. And that's going to be at the Exeter United Church. And I think that's going to be quite exciting to see that. Diane and Anne have some fabulous quilts, and they have some they have won a lot of awards, Quilt Canada and otherwise. So I think that'll be fun. And we just wanted to let you know it's a labor of love, and that is coming up in April. So something to mark on your calendars.
Okay. But before we forget, we have door prizes.
Oh my gosh,
maybe they thought, oh, they forgot about us. No, we didn't. We just got rambling. So I have a spring tea towel. Got some strawberries and some flowers on it. I have 7 springy fat quarters this time. I did some purples. Thought that was very pretty.
Nice pick, Tammy.
So, and we're going to give away a 2024 Kona calendar so that you can enjoy all it has to offer. We still have some for sale in the store. They have a block for each month. And then they also have settings, 2 different settings that you can put those blocks into. When you purchase your calendar, there's a link to go to a website, and then they give you instructions how to make the block and all the information you need.
And then what you can do, like they give you like all different patterns every month.
Yeah,
plus
so
your
you
block
can
of the
see
month. And
all
they
the different
list all the
colors.
colors that they're using.
So it's really neat. They put a lot of work into it. And so that would be a fun thing to add to your sewing room. And so those are $33.75. Okay.
So, my darling. Oh, let's talk about this. Yes. Ta-da!
So somebody left this at retreat. We don't know who. It doesn't have a name. There are some blocks inside.
Somebody was working on a drunkard's path, and I can't remember because we're a couple of people.
Yeah, there's some
So if you
shapes.
recognize your fabric,
You can let us know. Or if you know it's your friends and they're not on, let them know, please. I'm sure you'd like to have your stuff back.
would like to have that back. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. We were going to do a ironing feature today. We have lots of different tools and supplies to make ironing more fun. I know some people don't like to iron.
I
just makes things easier.
I don't like ironing clothes
No.
or sheets or pillowcases or anything. I really don't mind ironing my fabric.
Well, you have to, or otherwise your
I know, but I'm
project
just saying
isn't
this.
going to, right?
I know, but this I don't mind doing. I actually have great pleasure in it.
Great pleasure.
I do, because when you can get those points nice and crisp and everything.
So maybe we should start with the irons that we have.
Okay.
So we have the little Aliso, and Cynthia has hers here. So this is the little projects iron. It's smaller. It's a great one to take to retreats or classes.
And I'm just loving this. Now, see, it will set into this nice little piece, so that's a nice thing to set. But then if you turn it over, I have this quite warm.
Don't burn yourself.
And then it can just sit on this, which is very nice because the heat from this just on the silicone just keeps it really hot too. And this one has a nice light on it, which you'll see when you're ironing. And it will sit up because the other one didn't sit like this. So it has that option. And it has the auto shut off. Like it has an auto shut off on it and an easy on and off. So quite liking this. And these retail for
$125.
$125. So they've upgraded this sweet little iron. And I find that sometimes I just use this instead of my big iron. This is the one I always take to retreat. But anyway, great little iron.
Okay, so we've got that little one. It's been popular.
I'll keep that one hot for you.
Then we also have the Panasonic Freestyle cordless that we use at the store as well. Down in our classroom, we have a few of them, and a few of us
I like the
girls have them too.
It comes off, and here it is.
Does it pop up?
No. That's the big Aliso. So this is the Panasonic cordless, and I love this because you can just take this part and take it under the sink and fill it with water. And this one you can fill with tap water because it has a filter in it for our hard water. Because you know what a challenge that is with our hard water. Everything calcifies. And then it just slips right back on here. Has amazing steam if you're a steamer. And you can steam this way and this way. So like if you had to do your curtains or something like that, there you go. Anyway.
And then you just sit it in the base.
And it's ready to go.
Okay.
And I just love that it's so nice and portable. You just snap the top on and away you go.
And those are $169.99. So the other thing that we like to use are wool mats. And we have those up in the store. We didn't bring them down because you've seen them before. So that's always a good handy thing to also take to a class or a retreat, or to have beside your sewing table, so they don't have to get up to the big mat if you just need to do like a quick.
And I will put it on my ironing board. This to me has been a game changer for quilting, for our blocks, these wool mats. That's just one of those things that has really made a big difference.
Yeah.
In the quality of our piecing and pressing.
So while I'm talking about the wool mats, we're going to be talking about cleaning irons and all that, but I thought while I'm on the wool mat, I'll just show you. We do have the cleaning tool, and it's great. The bottom gold part has these teeth kind of that when you're going across your mat, they pick up the lint, the dirty matted thread, whatever you have. The other thing you can do too is...
That could be good for a sweater too sometimes.
You have to be very careful because it's a little heavy duty, but you could. We have Eucalan. It's a wash. Another thing you can do is if you don't want to completely wash your mat, you can spot wash. So you could get a little bowl of water with a cloth with detergent in there, and you can just rub it on and spot wash, and then use the mat after it's the cleaning tool to get the guck off after. So sometimes it just looks like it's a little yellowed, or it's matted from adhesives or different things.
Yeah, or sometimes are different sprays.
So that's just a quick way if you want to refresh it. Let that dry overnight and store them flat. That helps too, so they don't curl. So those are great. So then when we are pressing, another thing that we had here, we can go down, are these clappers. So a lot of us have been getting into clappers, and there's different styles. So this is the one that we had at Christmas time, and still do. And
this has come over from the garment trade, because they were using them there, and quilters have discovered how great they are for seams. And Tammy's going to do a demo on that. Now we also have this one, which is a clapper. This is from the Gypsy Quilter, and you can see it has this rounded.
I'll do a demo on that one too.
Okay, and this is great for seams, but I like it for another use for this would be for all my machine embroiderers. When you're joining your blocks together, like if you're doing a tiling seam, and you don't want to be pressing on the block, you can put your seam right along here and press it. So if you had anything puffy or anything that might melt, because sometimes there's different embellishments, you can press that seam right here and get that, and it does a great job. So I quite like this. So this was mine from home.
Okay. So with your...
Do we want this one too?
Sure. Let me just do the clapper.
Okay.
So with the clapper, you're going to press your seams, but sometimes when you have a lot of seams in a block, you really want that to sit flat. So you iron it, put your clapper on, and let that sit for a minute, and that's going to add the weight.
The weight, and the wood absorbs the heat.
So when you start using that, you'll notice that everything is more precise.
Yeah, and one of the things they say is that we shouldn't be sewing with hot or warm materials because there is still stretch in it. So because that has loosened the threads a little bit. So you want your pieces to be cool, ideally, when you are sewing them. Look at how beautiful that is.
Oh, you need to go down.
There we are. But see how nice and flat those seams are?
So especially like when we're having seams, where there's like a lot of bulk.
Yes.
You've got lots of little seams because you've joined and snowballed corners. That's a good one for that. So clappers are a really good tool to use. And so with the round one, it also kind of is like a clapper. So let's just say you were just concerned about that one seam. So you can just iron that one seam. You don't want to do anything with anything else that you have. So you just do that, and then, you could use it as a clapper.
Yeah.
So like you said before, when you have certain areas you don't want to iron, you just need a little space.
Because sometimes things will melt, just depending on what you've used. Like this would be good even for fiber artists, sometimes as they're joining things.
Okay. So those are the clappers. Now there's also tailor's ham, and they can be maybe a little more for clothing, but sometimes we need to iron things where it's tight areas to get in.
Yeah, or scalloped edges. This is another thing, like, for scalloped edges where you would get that, you could get the iron around this, and you would get that nice seam.
So on one side they have cotton, the other side is for wool. So if you have a fabric that you're ironing that you can withstand the heat, then that would be a good size to use, or a good side to use. Wool is for maybe something that doesn't need as much heat.
Yeah, what might could be like silk or something, something nylon or like more.
And it's made of sawdust, compressed sawdust, so it can handle the heat and everything that you're applying. So that's a tailored tam. Okay, already did that. Now, when you are ironing, sometimes you need to do seams, or you're hemming something. So there's a hot hammer, which I have. I've brought mine from home. And then there's also a hot ruler. So they've just made this one longer. This is what they started out with. And so when you look at your hot hammer, you'll notice that you have the square edge, and then you have rounded for corners, and then also for inset seams. So they also have markings from the bottom, 1/4 inch up, 1/2 inch, 3/4, an inch. That way you can move your hems up to whatever you're trying to do. So you just need to put your fabric down.
Darlene Lachance was just saying she loves the hot hammer for her tea towels when she's, going to put edges on them.
So if I want a 1/2 inch, I'm just going to bring that fabric up the 1/2 inch.
We should have this iron on the other side for you, Tam.
That's okay. And then, you can just iron right on this. So this is made out of material that gets warm, but it doesn't melt, it doesn't shrink. It can withstand a lot of heat. So then when you have ironed it, you've got your seam that you can take to the sewing machine and sew right away. And those save a lot of time.
And your fingers.
Yeah, so sometimes if you've been using for quite a while, it will get kind of warm, so you need to just be careful. But another, once you figure out, you can also do like a mitered corner with this.
Oh, what a good idea.
I saw that yesterday. Let me just move this.
Certainly.
Let's see if I remember this. But I'm going to do it facing me, because otherwise I'll forget. So because you have your lines 1/2 inch on both sides, I've got my 1/2 inch there, and I've got my 1/2 inch there. So then I would take this little corner and meet it, and I would just iron that. And then I would tuck it underneath my hot hammer. Let me see. And then on your hot hammer, there is this 45-degree angle. So I'd...
Making sure that fold is right there. Look at that.
And then I would do the other side, like this. Bring it up to the 1/2 inch mark. Iron that. And then when you remove that, you've got a perfect, I know you can't see with my fingers in the way, got a perfect mitered corner.
Yeah,
so that'd be good for...
Maybe hold that a little closer to that camera area, because that is just beautiful.
So there you go. So you could do that for anything that you want a mitered corner.
Do you know, I think you have me converted.
I was pretty impressed. I'm like, I didn't know this little thing could do so much.
Yeah.
And then you can also use this if you're making a pouch and you need to box the corners. You've got that little square that you could trace.
Okay.
So there's lots of good things with this little hot hammer. And then this one is just the long strip. It doesn't have all these other features. If you're just doing straight ironing all the time, that's a really good one. Okay, I guess I should. There's also loop bars if you're making loops. Make your life a little easier with that. When you are ironing, there's also tools to keep your fingers away from the iron. If you need to press something down.
Wasn't this for making bias stuff too? No. For making tubes? Just thought there was more to it than that. Seam allowance, straighten hems. Oh, cord could be pulled through. Anyway, lots of instructions. Sorry.
So there's tools to keep your fingers away from the iron if you're doing applique and you have lots of little pieces. And they're silicone, so they can be really hot, and it doesn't matter. They're not going to melt, and they're flexible. Those are $15.50.
I really like those, but can't you just see using those like if you were cake decorating a little bit and you wanted to
Maybe.
smooth something a little bit. I like using things in more than one place.
So this is the Gypsy heat grip or Gypsy Quilter heat resistant thimbles. So I think I did that wrong. So there's 3 in a set for $6.75. And so you put them on your fingers, and so when you're ironing and holding down things, the iron gets close to your fingers, you're not going to burn them. So those are a fun little thing to have. And I can't get it off. There's also an iron finger. It's like a spatula at the end and like a rounded barrel on the other end. And it's also flexible, not this way as much, but like that. So you could press things out and iron at the same time. I had a little thing sewn up, but I forgot it at home, I guess. So I can't show you that. But it's a great little tool to have. There's a little picture on the front where if you turned a pouch inside out, you can scrape along the side and use your iron at the same time to get those precise corners.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so there's that. There's also a little stiletto on the one end so that you can hold things down when you're sewing, and then there's a little point that you could also, you know, if you're getting close with your iron, it's a little thing that you need to hold. You can hold it while you're slowly, you know. There's lots of things that you can use to save your fingers, make your job a little easier. And then for cleaning,
oh, what about this?
Oh, there's a silicone. Gypsy Quilter has an iron rest. So if your iron does not come with a little thing like this, then you can buy a separate iron rest that you can just rest your iron on so you don't have to brush it back to your base.
Or, you know, sort of the end of your ironing board.
We also have an iron side iron shoe that you can put on your iron just to give it a new surface.
It's like just maybe turn it over so you can see it's got that nice attachment there.
And put that to fabric.
Oh, somebody said the Clover one is great for pressing seams on doll clothes.
Oh, that'd be fun, yeah.
Oh my, they press doll clothes.
Well, sure, why not?
I know. I'm just saying, you know, it's not a quilt block, so that's why I guess I would for my granddaughter. Yeah.
If you were making the doll clothes.
Yes, if you're making them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for iron cleaning, these are your options. There's the No Diff iron cleaner. It's a gel that you would squeeze on to a cloth and iron over. Make sure your iron is hot, and you just keep working at it to get the scratch and scorch marks off. There's Bone Ash iron clean sheets. They're kind of like dryer sheets where you just put them down and also just keep ironing.
Yeah, and then you can kind of get them on a corner, like sometimes on a corner, and just like if you have a sharp edge on a table where you put it over the edge just to get that, you know, to put a little bit of force into it.
And then there's also a Clover, what was it called? Iron Shine cleaning pen.
I usually keep one of these in my bag at retreat, so if one of the irons get skunked up, we have something to clean it with.
And then, of course, a starch that we really like is the Acorn Easy Press Fabric Treatment. Now, one thing to remember is the reason that your iron gets gross is because we iron our fabric when the starch is still wet, and so then it bakes onto your plate. So if you can wait like 30 seconds for it to like soak in, then maybe you'll avoid some of that cleaning. Okay, I think that's the iron.
I'm going to turn off that little iron and put this, I think I'm going to put it down here so that I don't burn myself with it. Hot.
Well, we do still have fabric too.
Yeah, but we have something else exciting to show them, even before show and tell. Do you want to open this one? So we have an opportunity and we want to see if people are interested. Our Cheryl that works here has made these umbrellas. And I'm hoping you can see the beautiful detail on the inside. Look at this one. This one is...
Okay, why don't we look at yours first?
Okay. Look at this. So she has done this with some Tula pink fabric and fussy cut it. She's done a gorgeous job. She's made it so that it's waterproof. You can see the lovely handle and the lovely top and all the details. And I think she has said, like, if you were doing a fussy cutting one, you need about 3 yards. And then for the one Tammy is showing, and it just closes so beautifully.
This is a Tim Holtz fabric she used.
So
And
we would be pleased to offer a class, but we really need people to commit to it because we would have to order the special hardware for that, and that comes a distance. And so if you are interested in taking a course in making your own custom umbrella out of fabric that you love, we'd like you to contact us. So email us or call us with a phone number so that we have some contact information. And then based on the interest that is demonstrated, then we will look as to whether we're going to have a class or not.
All right.
I'm dripping this morning here a bit. Oh, we do have some lovely fabric.
Let's show some fabric.
Everybody likes to see some fabric. I'm going to back up here and just...
So we have a beautiful line by Wilmington Prince, Blessed by Nature. So there's lots of coordinates that go with it. There's a gingham. There's a leafy one.
This is very pretty.
And these are 17 a yard.
That kind of has a bluey gray. Now you'll see that works very nicely there, right?
There's also this kind of coral, peachy coral. Let's kind of show the blues. There's also a blue leaf.
And then once again, just because we can just make them, we've got, I'm just trying to show this one up here. Okay. Anyway, so you can see that.
So there's a smaller scale floral.
And look at that with the pretty butterflies on it.
There's the other colorway for the leaves. A green gingham. And then there's some fern leaves. And then the last one, which is I think everyone's favorite so far that they've seen, is this one. With the birds and the words.
Yeah, friendship is everything. Love, what's that say?
Love begins with you.
Yeah.
Home is where we are, who we are. So that's just really fun. And then there is also a jelly roll. 40 pieces.
It's a beauty.
And that is $64.
It is very sweet.
And then behind us we have a spring runner. It's called Hello Spring. It's 23 inches by 67 in purples and some green. It is $65 for the kit, and it includes everything for the top and your binding.
Look at this cute little bluebird. Arlene's put the little button eyes on there.
So we've sold a few of those already because everyone's wanting something springy.
We have to be ready for spring. Oh, show and tell.
This was Cheryl Britt.
Cheryl Britt, look
Oh,
at
I think
this.
she emailed this picture in. It's a group that have that hanging in their sewing area, and they all did some work on the little houses to make them their own.
And then they put them together. Yeah.
Very cute.
What a lovely group effort. And this is Pat Yeoman. This is from the beginner class. And here's her beginner quilt on her bed.
All finished. It looks great.
Beautiful job, Pat.
And there's Tracy, conic chauffeur.
And this is, I think, the chimney dye, the AccuQuilt chimney dye.
Sweep.
Chimney sweep, yeah. Very effective. And another one that Tracy has done. It's really pretty. And I think she always uses the AccuQuilt dyes and has great success and fun with them. And
Nice.
here's Marlene. Look at that. If you zoom in, you can see all the sweet Santas.
They're snowmen, actually, little families.
Oh, Santas. I meant snowmen.
It was very cute. It's a beautiful idea. If you have an accent piece of fabric you really love, you can showcase it like that.
It was a great idea.
And then she also finished our kit, the Winter Morning, I think it's called. Turned out nice.
And this is a beautiful one-block wonder that Louise has done, and this is being gifted, I think, to a minister at her church this weekend.
So that's a fun special quilt.
It is. It's beautiful.
Then we also had our first paper piecing class on Saturday with Gladys. And I think it went well.
It did.
Got quite a few things done.
And everybody got it. So they were happily sewing away.
There was some deer in the headlights look at the beginning, but I think by the end they
Everybody
were on
was-
their way.
Yeah. She's a very good instructor.
All right, so that's the end of our show.
And we have your prize time. And don't forget to share your show and share with us, because your beautiful creations, we love to share them, and everybody loves to see them.
Okay, so for the tea towel.
Doreen Hewitson.
Doreen, congratulations. That's going out to Saskatchewan.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And then the little fat quarter bundle.
Callie Milroy.
Kelly Milroy.
And the Kona calendar.
Lynn Seltner. Sorry.
Lynn, anyway, it'll be...
Congratulations, Lynn.
No worries, because, as you know, Arlene always posts everything on the Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
And if it's your friend, just let them know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching.
Oh, and there's Callie saying thank you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So thank you for joining us, and next time we meet, it will be February, which is a month before March.
All right.
Take care. Thank you.